Check. All right, before I commit to streaming this on YouTube, I just want to check the quality because the quality of the stream was not coming through very well last time. Check. And I'm also deciding whether I want to play this with controller or arcade stick. Let's see. All right, I'm just verifying that the streaming quality is going to stay decent on YouTube. I don't know, it still seems a little choppy, but I'll give it a shot. Let's see. I forget which controller I used last time I played this. So I'm going to try my Eartheon. Beautiful, beautiful Eartheon M30. Okay, right, so this is just shoot and bomb, so this should work just fine. So this is Cataclysm, a game by DogRoach, and DogRoach recently updated this demo on itch.io with some tweaks to the scoring system. I played the previous version, but I didn't spend too much time, so I'm just going to kind of come into this with fresh eyes and take a look. his TLDR for this was that enemy kills give no score during gameplay, and the only way to increase the score is to collect beer, either base tier or upgraded, and end of stage there's a score bump. So let's see what this looks like. I was digging the art style when I played the demo last time, so... Alright, I just tried a bomb there. Just to see what's what. Alright. I gotta remember which things are power-ups and which things are enemies. That's always like one of the first things that you wanna get a feel for as you're playing a new shmup. Sometimes it just takes a minute. But check out this art style. It's like rock and metal inspired. There's guitars and skeletons and stuff, and you're collecting beer. It's pretty cool. And the music matches, which is awesome. All right, so I'm picking up beer. Checking out my score as I'm picking up beer. I think maybe the beer has some kind of a timer on it, and maybe is it if you wait longer, it's worth more points? I gotta test that for the next one. All right, so there's a timer going on that thing. Let's see what happens the longer I wait. Ooh, I got whacked. And just so everyone knows, this demo is available to download on itch for anyone. Once I'm done with this live, I will put a link in the description. All right, let's rock. Yeah, some of the stuff comes really fast, and you just have to watch out right up front. All right, so let's pick up this beer and check out what it does to the score. Oh yes, the beer is getting bigger. So I think you want that thing to get topped up with some good froth. Yeah, my score went huge the more I waited for that, so that definitely seems like something. Something else to keep your eyes on, and takes your attention away from the bullets too. Oh geez. I can't go back. Not a good score yet anyways. Kill them all. I hear that. Yeah, see what's interesting? I guess, so I want to kill those big enemies right from the beginning, but it seems like maybe I don't have enough power to do that right out of the gate, so I'm just getting clipped by that. Those big enemies as they move faster. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to do that if I'm shooting them enough, or if I'm supposed to avoid those no matter what in the very beginning. All right, man. The art style is pretty cool though, I have to say. See, so I just want to see this. These things that come down here. Yeah, see, like I feel like I can't defeat those enemies no matter what. And I was laying into them with my regular shot. So I'm curious about that. If those are just not supposed to be able to be destroyed right out of the gate, and if avoidance is the intended option there. All right, that looks like a pretty good mug. And that was a pretty big score, so that's cool. All right, we'll see if we can fill that mug up a little bit more. And I'm also looking to see if it just keeps bouncing around the screen or if it disappears at some point. And does the timer just fill it up, or does killing enemies... It looks like killing enemies is contributing to it getting bigger. Now I have 2 to manage. I had to pick that up by accident. So, all right, I have 2 mugs on the screen to manage. One of them is getting filled. The other one is kind of sitting there. So my other question is, does only one increase in size at a time? It looks like it, because then my next one started to fill up. So there's a lot going on the screen. You're trying to dodge the bullets, but also trying to manage that mug, the can to the mug. And I don't know what it becomes afterwards. Maybe it becomes a keg. All right, we've got a boss. I'm gonna try a bomb. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, my mug really liked that bomb. Let's do another bomb. All right. That mug is almost filled. I want that score. Can I survive? I'll take it like that. That bus is called Tormageddon. So it is a tour bus of apocalyptic portions here. I'm gonna use another bomb because I'm just not that good. Yeah, so that definitely contributed to the mugs filling. A lot going on here, a lot of bullets. They're coming pretty fast. My mug is still not a mug yet. Now it's a mug. I'm gonna use my bomb again. Pretty big score there. Not enough for the high though. 666, 53. I would say the 666 goes along with the imagery. But I mean, I would say as a demo, this thing is looking really good. Oh, this is cool. You got some speakers and amps in the background. As a guitar player, I really appreciate all of that stuff. And you know, there's also like guitar pedal imagery. And you know, those things you pick up, it's overdrive, it's chorus, those are pedals. I would definitely say check this thing out. Check out this demo for yourself. All right, we got the mug up there. I'm really focusing on score here, but survival is definitely more difficult when you're doing that. All right, now it looks like 2 mugs are getting filled. That was interesting. All right, I got 3rd place with that score. Oh, 666 is actually another person who is on the local leaderboards, another fake person. And I overtook 666 by getting my last score in. Now it's just up between me, cat, and dog. Let's try again. So I'm just going to avoid those first huge guitar ships because I can't kill them. My instinct is that I want to, and I want to be able to, but I don't think I can. All right, I got the fuzz pedal going. Gonna try to fill up some mugs here. I feel a little bit better about the patterns and trying to survive while I'm filling up my beer. And I say this a lot, but I do like having vocal feedback, even if it's just saying things like nice or, you know, weapons upgraded. I like that. Calling out the pedals, overdrive. It's cool. Yeah, no, these bullet patterns are no joke, though. You really got to lock in for this. I wonder if there's any value in just trying to use a bomb for those early guitars. I'm just curious. You really start off pretty low on the scoring there. 287 points. Low by any shmup standards. Just a small number. Ooh, I got whacked from behind on that one. That was not cool. I was not expecting that. Okay, now I just saw the can combined. And I'm curious what part of the mechanic makes that happen or allows that to happen. Is there something that I can do to make that happen, or does it just happen if they get close enough? Is that random? All right. Every time it becomes a mug, I'll take it. Because it does seem like it's pretty slow to get farther than that. I used the bomb there to get out of trouble. There's a mug. I don't know if there's a third phase. It goes can and then mug, but if you are able to get it to the next level, if there's like a third level once it fills up completely and it becomes a keg, that would be awesome. And this first stage boss seems like it takes up a decent amount of hits. It's pretty tanky. I'm not sure if one pedal or another work better against it, but it makes me want to definitely use bombs. And as you go through stages, I'm not sure how often you're refilling bombs. That was a pretty big score chunk there. I'm trying to decide if even with these barrages, if having a slow would help or not. Because everything is moving so fast, I feel like it would be limited in the situations where you would actually use a slow. And I'm sure that's what DogRoach was thinking. Also, it looks like, you know, he is considering simplicity, which I think that's good. Ooh, that hitbox. Oh, I didn't mean to continue. The hitbox this is where I wish I had a telestrator. How could I do this? How can I do this live? Let me see if I could do this live. I could do this. All right. I am going to do this live. Insert Bill O'Reilly meme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot, and then I am going to bring up Streamlabs, and I am going to switch to the snipping tool. Let's see. Will this allow me to switch to the snipping tool? I might have to do a different input. Actually, it'll probably be easier if I do that. We'll call this... We will call this Telestrator. And here's the snipping tool. Interesting. It's black. There we go. All right. So I just wanted to bring this up just so I could illustrate where the hitbox is, where it appears to be. It's a solid color here. Actually, do I have... I'm going to draw on it, but I wanted to see if... I just want to make sure cursor is being captured. Yeah, it is being captured. Okay, so okay, yeah. So let's see. So here it is, right here. So that might be something that you kind of have to get used to, because you may feel, as you're playing and you're not looking at your ship, you may feel like it's kind of in here somewhere, but it is there. That's my arrow. So it's this little dot, and you know, if it were flashing or something like that, it would probably help a little bit. But at least it's being defined and it's being called out, and that's helpful. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. There's my live telestrator. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to exit the game, but I did anyways. All right, bring it back up. Oh, I'm sorry. It is blinking. So that's good. It's just it's a slightly slower animation. So it is blinking. I would say maybe, I don't want to say it blends in, but well, this is another subject I've been thinking about in terms of colors in shmups specifically. And you know, some people complain about bullet visibility and other kinds of visibilities in shmups. But what I want to call out is, and I probably will do a video about this, is that a lot of people like myself have certain color deficiencies or color blindness. And that's why in a lot of cases, bullet visibility and just game visibility in general is subjective. And some of it comes down to the idea of, like, does the developer have any color deficiencies? And I'm not talking about this one specifically. I'm just talking about in general. Like, if a developer has a color deficiency and they see it a certain way, and, you know, I see it some other different way, you know, even if I give feedback and say, hey, if the hitbox dot, or maybe the hitbox dot should be a different color, but other people are like, what are you talking about? I'm looking at it and it looks fine to me. And so it's an interesting topic, which is subjective color deficiencies in shmups. And so I just wanted to mention that because I realized that it may be just fine to others. And then it also depends on like what your monitor settings are and all kinds of other factors. But the hitbox is there. It is blinking. That's good. All right, let's get a couple of more good rounds in here and get some beer mugs going. Oof. The things coming from behind the other direction, those are tough. And I'll say, first stage, if this is the first stage, not pulling any punches here. They're coming at you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's start that over. Forgot to pull my bomb on that to see what would happen to those guitars. I meant to pull the mug on that one, but I hit the other one by accident. But in general, the controls are really tight. You come at this game and you're like, I'm into what it's going for. I'm into the art style. I'm into the music. And everything, and you're like, man, this is challenging right off the bat. But my first instinct is like, all right, I just have to practice. I just got to get some reps in on this game. Definitely a game I would put some time into. And I know that the scoring system is being tweaked, but I will tell you, this whole element of managing beer on the screen and trying to fill it up while you're trying to survive is definitely an interesting take. And it adds to the challenge. And it really gets you thinking about scoring right off the bat, which I think is cool. It kind of puts scoring front and center. That was a big score right there. I have 5 bombs, so I should be able to take this boss right out. I didn't notice before that the tour bus has a beard. It's pretty cool. It's a cool boom explosion animation as well. So I just used 2 bombs. I'm not even worried about it because I have so many. And I would just like to put a little bit more time in the next stage. And I'm looking around. I don't think that there is a boss life meter. I don't see one. I would like that. I feel like that always enhances the fights. It allows you to kind of strategize. Like, if I wanted to use another bomb, how close is the boss to death? should I use another bomb or not? And I think that's what a boss health meter would do. That's just me. It also looks like, at least for the way that the UI is laid out right now, there's room for one. Stage 2, the groupies. All right, we made it here before. Keeping an eye on my bomb stock. I got 2. And I just want to see if and how I pick up any more. These patterns are like, they're coming at you from the bottom up, diagonal. Yeah, it's. I'll just credit feed here for a second so I could just get a little bit more of a sense of this stage. It looks like the quality is holding up on YouTube, so I might do more of these on YouTube directly as opposed to Twitch. My score has not improved much since I started this stage. I gotta fill up some beer here. It's happening over there, it's happening. There we go. Alright, that gave me about a 20k boost. Went from about 60,000 to 80,000. I think the other thing is the different pedals that give you a different shot. I think what would be helpful is maybe reminding you in the UI somewhere, maybe down near the bomb stock, as to which one you have. So like now it just switched to chorus. And then I'm shooting and I'm like, okay, I don't remember what I picked up. Which weapon is this? Because then it'll help me start to remember which one does which. I think that would be helpful. Just a little feedback tidbit there. Even if it's just the icon, but I feel like if just the word fuzz was somewhere on the UI, that would be helpful. I'll do one more quick run, but I think that'll cover it for now. I'm gonna have to spend some more time with it. So it looks like, okay, overdrive is like the spread shot. Chorus is like this straight shot. And, okay, fuzz is a bomb. Okay. All right. I'm getting it. Got a runaway guitar case there. I do feel like the spread shot's what I'm looking for. It just, with this, you want to cover a lot of ground. There's so many things going on. You just want some coverage. That's just the way I'm feeling. And I got to remember things come from behind. And that's another thing too, with things coming from behind. It kind of makes me want to have the ability to have a backward shot. I'm not sure if that's a possibility or if it's too late in the game, but I could see that depending on how many enemy types are actually coming from the left side of the screen. Not completely necessary, but it could be something. There's a fuzz bomb. Oh, okay, I see. All right. It's also changing. You got to wait until it is what you want. So it does look like potentially there are decent opportunities to get bombs. So, and that could be another part of the strategy, which is hey, we're going to give you bombs if you're willing to be patient enough to wait for the icon to change. And so maybe that's part of the balance is like, we're going to give you a lot of bombs, so don't worry about a back shot. Don't worry about a slow. Just use your bombs. And that works too. What's up, Mr. Donald? What is WSG? All right, one more because I'm into it. And I just want to, let's see. There were some other notes. Let's see. Okay. All right, I just picked up 2 bombs right off the bat. So, and then I'm thinking, you know, maybe that is part of the strategy. Maybe in order to get those 2 first big guitar guys, you are supposed to just use your bomb. Now I have 6 bombs in stock, and I also wonder if there's a limit to how many you can have. So now I'm going to get a little bit more liberal with bombs. I have 7 bombs now. All right, we got the guitar cases, then we got the guitars. I bit it there. I didn't mean to pick up chorus. I wanted to stick with overdrive. The way I'm feeling right now is I would stick with overdrive, and then every time a power up came up, I would just have fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. All right, one more time, and I keep forgetting. I'm gonna remember to bomb the guitars. Here we go. Well, that definitely killed him. Oh, and then I ate it there. Fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. Let's just see how many bombs I can get going here. Just collect them and use them. My score's not doing that well. Yeah, those guitars are kind of tanky. Those demon flying Vs. Ooh, a chalice. A satanic chalice. That's what happens. That's awesome. I'm glad I got to see that. That felt worthy of completing the power up there. Very, very, very cool. Actually, that was so cool that it makes you want to fill that beer up even more. That was worth it. All right. 5 bomb stock. Maybe make it 6. $54,000 points. See if we can get another chalice. Ooh, it's getting close. It's getting close. I want that chalice. Fill it up. Accidentally switched my weapon there. There it is. That is awesome. That does wonders for your score. That is rewarding. That feels very, very rewarding. And you do go through some effort to make it happen, too. This may end up being my highest score yet, depending on what happens in the next stage. Ooh, nice bonus. I think that is my high score. Very nice. Well, this is a good run to end on, too. Let's see what we could do. We need some more fuzz. Oh, man. Oh, and I got an extend out of that, too. Is it 100K extend? It must be. I'm just feeling lazy about those patterns, so I bombed out. It gets tough. But this game is basically telling you, hey, don't get too comfortable. It's a cool boombox. All right, this is about as far as I've gotten so far. I couldn't overcome that one. All right. Well, this was a good live scouting run. I enjoyed it, and I would say there are a lot of things working for this game right now, and there are definitely some things that are ready to go. The animations are looking great. The artwork is looking great. The music is sounding good. And I look forward to seeing how this one continues to develop. And I will continue playing this one, and I will be interested to see more builds of it as DogRoach releases them. The link to the demo will be in the description, so check it out for yourself and let me know what you think, and let DogRoach know what you think as well. So, cheers.